Welcome to yet another episode of Applied Salesforce. In this episode, I shall walk you through a micro project warranting the use of flows. Let's look at a scenario. As an admin at question.com, a career transformer and an amplification company, you are asked by Kali, VP of Sales and Service, to implement the below requirement. The requirement goes this way. It's Kali who is unhappy that sales agents, while discussing with customers, pitch for upselling opportunities when customers are upset with open cases. So it was decided that sales agents do not discuss any upselling opportunities with customers who have open cases. And there's also a special note from Kali to have this addressed using a declarative approach. As usual, you sit down and carefully analyze the requirements, and you're done with your analysis. You jotted down the design and you decided to use flow. Use the flow to examine the statuses of all cases linked to the account concerned, and use the out of the box account field, upsell opportunity, to indicate to sales agents whether to pursue upselling opportunities or not. It is a pick list field on account with the yes, no, and maybe value. So without much ado, let's jump into the application and configure the flow. I'm already on the flow screen. Click on new flow. I choose record trigger flow because the flow has to be invoked either when a case record is created or when the case record gets updated. Okay, so this is the right choice. Click on create. So here I'm concerned about the case object, case being created, case being updated. So I choose case as the object, and thus a record is created or updated. That's the right choice. And I need to go with a condition because I'm only interested in cases which are linked to account. So I'd say account ID, which is the relationship field on the case object linking it with an account. I'd say is null, is going to be false. I don't want an orphaned case. I'm looking for cases. Okay, I'm looking at a case with which is linked to an account. And here you optimize the flow for actions and related records, because the ultimate aim is to update the related account record, um, and specifically the upsell opportunity field. Okay, so this is the right choice here, and you choose this if you intend to manipulate, you intend to update the record, the case record which triggered the flow, right? So our goal is to update the account record connected to the case linked to this case. Click on done. The next step is to find if there are any open cases linked to the account concerned. Okay, so click here and pick get records data element. Let's say get open case. I'm working on case object. I'm looking for records of the case object, but what case? Which case? The case which is linked to this account. So it's a account ID. So this is the case field, account ID equals the account which is linked to the case which triggered this flow. So records dot account ID. So I'm looking at all the cases whose account ID matches the account ID which is linked to the case which triggered this flow. So that is this condition. And in addition to this, I am only interested in open cases, right? So I'll say is closed as a Boolean field, which could be used in conditions of this sort. Is closed equals false. Okay. So I'm looking at open cases, and I am interested in only at least a record, right? I don't need a collection here because I'm just checking if at least a open case which is linked to the account concerned. So it say automatically to all fields, choose fields and assign the variables together in a record variable. I need to create a new resource to hold the case record. It's going to be a variable and say open case. You can say store open case linked to the account. Data type is going to be a record. It's going to be a singleton instance of case object, not multiple, and the object is case. Okay, the variable is going to hold, the record variable is going to hold case, instance of a case. Okay, and I would be interested in knowing if there are open cases. If there are no open case, then I wanted this variable to be set to null. Click on done, and the next step is to have a decision, just to identify if a case is open, which is linked to the account concerned. So it's going to be a decision element, and I name it as check open case. Check open case variable. Check open case variable. Let's say um, has open case. Okay, if it has open case, how are we going to check that? I'd say this open case, just the open case. It's a record variable is null, is false. So open case is not null. Okay, so it has the account has open cases. Then what to do? If an account has open cases, you need to set the account objects upsell opportunity field to no. Okay, so it's going to be an update record element, update record. So set sell opportunity to no, because the account has open cases. So you here the point is you're you are updating the related accounts upsell opportunity field to no. So specific conditions to identify the record. Again, this condition is pretty important. You are updating the account record, and the field is you need to identify the ID of the account that needs update. Click on ID. This is equivalent to the account ID of the case which triggered this flow. Okay, so dollar account ID. Okay, so this is how you identify the ID of the account to update, to be updated. Here, upsell opportunity is set to no because the account has open case, at least an open case. Click on. Let's add the default outcome. Again, it's going to be an update record. So this time set opportunity to yes, because there are no open case. Specify the conditions. It's going to be account, and here it's going to be ID, account ID to update equals the dollar record and the account ID. Cool. And the update is on upsell opportunity. This is going to be yes. There are no open cases linked to this account, so you allow the sales agents to pursue upselling opportunities with the account concerned. Okay, fantastic. Click on save. Sell session. Leave the description as it is. Click on save. Let me activate this and then test. In order to test, I pick up this account Gene Point. It has four cases, but one of the cases is not closed. Okay, one of the cases open. It's still in the working status. I've just opened the case in the working status linked to Gene Point in another tab. Meanwhile, let me check the upsell opportunity field. Let me um, set it to maybe. Okay, so now what happens is if I'm setting it back, I'm setting the status to closed. Let's say if I'm setting the status to closed, working and closed. So now the account's upsell opportunity should be set to yes because currently Gene Point doesn't have any open cases. So you're allowing the sales agents to pitch for upselling opportunities, right? So let me refresh and show you. It should be set to yes now. Let's check that. Details. Cool, fantastic. So it is yes. Now let's assume that I change the status of the case, which is linked to Gene Point, to working. Click on save. Now the upsell opportunity should be set to no because I don't want any of the agents pitching for upsell opportunities. So upselling opportunities with Gene Point. Refresh. It should be set to no now. Cool. Fantastic. So this sums up, the configuration that Thorley wanted, and it has come out perfectly fine. This been demoed. Everyone is happy. Kali is happy, and as a seasoned admin, you are looking for more challenging opportunities, more challenging micro projects like this. And thank you very much indeed for watching. Let's catch up with at another micro project. Thank you.